Come on, guys. Only 10 seconds to go, and we need to win the Achilles Cup.
It's been a while 3 weeks of activity tracking as we compete against other teams.
I love that dancing counts. 3, 2, 1. We're finished. Woo! Yeah, Team Karen! Karen!
Wow, just made it. I just finished my 30-second marathon.
Woo!
Guys, what are you doing?
Just getting in some last-minute activity before Achilles Cup's end.
The Achilles Cup ended 2 days ago. Team, come on. The toast to Achilles starts in 3 minutes. You're not going to have enough time to get ready.
Let's let Karen work her magic.
Wow! Looks like we're ready.
Does everyone have some bubbly? Are we ready to toast Achilles?
Yes.
Hey, Jenna, what are you doing?
I'm just waiting for my toast to finish. Oh, it's done. So we can toast Achilles.
No, Jenna, not that kind of toast.
Oh!
All right, everyone, here's to a great evening.
Lighthearted antics aside, the Achilles staff sorely misses each other, and we miss you, our community of athletes, volunteers, supporters, and friends. Good evening. I'm Emily Glasser, President and CEO of Achilles International. This has been a challenging year for all of us, and it has been an especially difficult one for the people with disabilities whom we serve. They represent a constituency at greater risk for isolation and more vulnerable to negative health outcomes, both physical and mental. This has made the work that we do and the services that we provide more crucial than ever. While the public health crisis has forced us to modify our programming, we have not allowed it to get in the way of delivering on our mission. We have continued to diligently serve and advocate on behalf of people with disabilities, removing barriers to living healthy and active lives, creating a supportive community, and promoting inclusion in sports and in society. Thank you for being an important part of our efforts and for providing us with the wherewithal to continue to make meaningful difference in so many lives and communities across the globe. I am now pleased to introduce Kirsten Cole, longtime Achilles board member and supporter, who will be our MC for the evening.
Hey guys, cheers. And it is so great to see so many of you here tonight. All right. I don't actually see you. But hey, I'm a television reporter. I never get to see anybody on the other side of the camera, but I'm used to saying this. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to Emily and the incredible staff at Achilles International. Guys, we cannot do this without you. And I am so pleased to be here with you tonight. I'm Kirsten Cole. I'm a reporter and anchor for WPIX TV here in New York City. And I am so pleased to have been a trustee for 15 years with Achilles. Thank you for joining us to support this great cause tonight. And I want to welcome all of you to a toast to Achilles. This is a night of celebration. And we also have a purpose that we're going to get to in just a little bit. I also want to mention to you that we do have closed captioning available. The way you do that is simply go to the bottom of your screen and you can enable the CC function for closed captioning. Tonight, you're going to hear from some special celebrities. You are going to hear from 3 of our cherished athletes as they share their personal stories of hope and possibility and how Achilles helps them to reach their dreams. We also want to celebrate the completion, I hope you guys were a part of this, of the first ever Achilles Cup. I know I was definitely out there on my Peloton. I was out on my road bike putting my miles in. It's not a spoiler alert to tell you I was not a part of the winning team, but I'm not going to tell you who was just yet. It was a 3-week team-based activity challenge. And it's just another fun way to get ourselves out there and working hard and doing things maybe a little bit differently, but still having a great time and taking care of ourselves. There's a lot to get to tonight, but first, the most important part of the evening, I want to show you how you can engage with us here. We have a really fun way to support the mission of Achilles International. We've got a great video to explain how you can donate simply by texting the number on your screen. It's very easy. First, you go to your new text message, and then up in that top bar, you type in the phone number, which is right on your computer screen, 646-859-5305. Then down in the message bar, you can put your name, your company name, your pledge amount, a message to us. It's a way for you to be in touch with us throughout the course of the evening. Thank you so much for doing that. And let's take a look and see if we can get our first pledge up on the screen. You guys can watch along with me in real time as we can start to see that. Wow, Bennett and Rebecca Lindenbaum, you guys are amazing. What a terrific donation to kick off the night. Donna Gulkin, thank you also for matching what Bennett and Rebecca are doing. It's great to have so many people be a part of this. Governor David Patterson, also a very generous pledge. And guys, don't be thrown off by the numbers here. The thing that really matters is that we're all in this together, right? Just like we're all kind of dealing with the new COVID-landia, that we're all here together. And that's what I want to ask you to be a part of tonight. It's why we're all on this terrific Zoom meetup. So we are also really thrilled to announce that one night only, we have a very special matching gift opportunity going on. Up to $50,000 of every pledge that comes in tonight will be matched by a generous sponsor, doubled. So your money equals double the money. And guys, no matter who you voted for, there's no tax plan that can do that for you. So I hope you're going to take advantage of that tonight so that you can be part of this terrific group effort. It's just a way for all of us to get together. Lily Siegelson, thank you so much. Nadine McNeil, Lori Rippon, you guys are amazing. They're pouring in. So over the last 9 months, obviously, it's been a really challenging time for all of us. I know you could sit here and tell me all about it. I share it with my friends and families and colleagues too. But it's been even more challenging for our athletes at Achilles. Achilles has taken the pandemic head on. You can see from the earlier screen just before we came on that there are so many virtual ways that we have been engaging all across the globe. But I want to give you a more in-depth look now.
When the pandemic forced Achilles to suspend our workouts in March, we were keenly aware of the physical and emotional impact it would have on our athletes. The loss of activity, coupled with the loss of connection and threat of isolation, would be devastating. So Achilles immediately pivoted to a virtual program. March 20th. Team Achilles Kids introduced our daily challenge exercise program with step-by-step videos for the kids to follow every day and a virtual buddy program where each child was paired with a volunteer to work out together online every week.
Seeing you through video call makes me happy, Batman.
It makes me happy too.
March 24th. Achilles chapters around the world began weekly chapter hangouts to keep all of our athletes connected and socially engaged. March 25th. Achilles staff members and coaches Michael Anderson and Francesco Maggiasano created the first of many cardio fitness exercise videos, successfully filling a void of accessible online workout content for people with disabilities. March 27th. Team Achilles Kids held its first Friday afternoon Zoom dance party. These weekly dance parties have provided welcome consistency and activity to many of our Achilles Kids participants and their families. Since those early days, Achilles has continued to build our online programming with additional exercise videos, training regimens, and weekly online hangouts. Our exercise videos have been viewed more than 16,000 times, providing our athletes with more than 2,500 hours of online content to help keep them active, healthy, and strong. Our athletes are grateful, And we will continue to provide many more hours of exercise videos because the need is so great.
Really incredible to see all of that when it comes together in just one small space. We're talking about 500 virtual hangouts, 16,000 athletes jumping in and working out with our Achilles trainers. That's just some of what we do. But now I want to introduce you to Tiki and Anthony. Anthony Butler is one of Achilles' finest. He had a traumatic event more than a decade ago. It left him blind, and you're going to hear about that a little bit later. But since he has accomplished so much, we wanted to pair him up with our former New York Giants running back, Tiki Barber. When he attended the Gala last year, you may have seen him cheering Achilles athletes on the sideline. He's also a big-time marathon runner himself. Let's send it over to Tiki and Anthony.
Thanks, Kirsten. I am excited to be here with Achilles, and more importantly, excited to be joined by Anthony. Anthony, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm out here in Minnesota. We just got slammed 2 days ago, like 8 inches of snow, but working from home, happy to have a job, you know.
I know how that is. I know how that is. But if it's snowing, it limits your ability to run, doesn't it? Or do you just go brave it regardless?
You know, I punked out yesterday, but I have a treadmill in the house. So I'm grateful to have a treadmill in the house, and I have a spin bike here too. So I'm still trying to get after it.
You have an amazing story, Anthony. For those who don't know it, tell us the backstory on how you lost your vision 12 years ago.
So long story short, I was caught up in the streets. I lived in the inner city, in between the Bronx and Harlem. My parents, my grandmother. One day I got off of work and decided to go uptown, try to scrape up a couple of bucks. And some dudes walked up and we all exchanged words. I looked out the corner of my eye and I see a guy just pull out a gun. He shot once, I got hit in my legs. I turned to him, he shot again, and I tried to weave the bullet and I got hit like right above my left eye through the side, and it kind of went through my head, and right there, that's when I lost my sight.
I'm curious, when that moment happened, the moment you found out you lost your vision, so you've cleared the trauma of thinking you're going to die, mm-hmm. But you've found you've lost your vision. What is then going through your mind?
That was hard, you know, because before that, you know, you watch TV and I'm like, man, I'm eating as many carrots as possible. I'm drinking pomegranate juice, like blueberries get the antioxidants going, and like, man, I'm gonna cure myself. I've never been in a hospital before that in my life. You know, I was a good athlete. I was dunking a basketball at the age of 13. You know, so I've always felt like I could overcome anything, you know. So when I go to the doctor that one day and he's like, well, you're not gonna be able to see again, and explain why, it was soul crushing. That was the first day I really cried after like getting shot.
I know athleticism and being an athlete has been such an important part of your life. Did you think that you wouldn't be able to do any of the things you used to do again?
You know, I thought it was over, because I mean, I just knew I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I could do. I wanted to go to the gym and I couldn't find a gym partner to go with, and I just needed something to do. So I called my social worker and they told me about Achilles. And I was like, what's Achilles? He was like, no, it's a running club, you know. And me, I'm like African-American from the inner city. I'm like, running, like who I'm like, I'm gonna be the only Black person there. It's gonna be rough, you know. So I get there and it's a whole bunch of women, you know, and they're like, do you have a tether? And I'm like, I don't know what a tether is. And literally this woman just takes off her tank top. Of course, she has like a sports bra on under. She's like, here, like literally gave me the shirt off her back so I could complete a run. And I'm like, man, this is a place you want to be, a place where they will literally give you the shirt off their back.
Your experience with Achilles from the very first moment gave you new athletic life in a sense, right?
My first race was the Fifth Avenue Mile, just running 1 mile, you know, and I was so happy. I think my time was like 9 minutes and 20 seconds. And I was ecstatic, you know what I mean? That was like, I was only running for like 2 months before that. And I'm like, man, that's great, you know?
Was that your first completed race? So it was your first, what did you feel like when you crossed the finish line, or when you were told you crossed the finish line? Because you obviously couldn't see it, but what was your emotion? What'd you feel?
first thing I was like, man, don't fall, because I was so tired. And the second, I was like, man, this is it. Like, I want to keep going. Like, I want to keep going. I just love that feeling of completing something, like having a new challenge in my life.
Since your tragedy when you lost your sight, you join Achilles, you complete a race, and then you go get your master's degree, man. I mean, your life has been fulfilled. It's like it accelerated after this happened. A lot of people spiral. You kind of jump forward. Tell us about that journey.
I wanted to figure out my purpose, and I was still living in the Bronx, and like I was in the Bronx and Harlem with my family, and I was having problems with them, like people that I needed, and I needed to trust, and I couldn't. They just let me down constantly, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna move it to a shelter, and I moved it to a shelter. This guy shows up, and he just retired, and he had a Parkinson's diagnosis just recently too. So I'm like, man. So we're going through our journeys together. Through his resources and just meeting so many people that like had my back, I was able to like, go to school and get my bachelor's and go to NYU and get my master's. And now I'm gainfully employed 4 years after graduating, and I'm just keep trying to move forward.
And then ultimately you found a love interest with Achilles. Tell us how you met your partner now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember being at a workout. It was a Tuesday night, and I remember just being there, and then I was with my regular guides, and then she kind of just walked up like, hey, and she was new. We was like, oh, hey, we're new. And I'm just cracking my jokes, just chilling, just being myself. And I was like, why don't you run with us? And then she decided to run with us. And yeah, she never stopped running with me. That was it. You know what I mean? We just kept running, and now it's 4 years later, and now we're in Minnesota and just living life.
I think you've become an example, Anthony. You're someone who's had obviously a lot of tragedy, but also a lot of success and uplifting things that have happened in your life. What advice would you give someone else who's disabled or thinks that they can accomplish one of these goals?
Never underestimate yourself and just be open to everything. One thing my mentor always taught me was you try anything one time a year. And if you don't like it, don't try it again for another year, but always try it again, and that's always been my motto since I met him for the last 10 years. And it's brought me nothing but abundance to my life. Will you ever guide an Achilles athlete in a race? I mean, we want you to.
I would love to. I just got to get better at a marathon. I can guide an Achilles athlete in a half marathon. There's
5Ks, there's 10Ks, there's 2Ks.
Well, I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that. You could say anything to Achilles as a body. What's your message to Achilles to thank them?
When you lose your sight or you lose any kind of ability, you think life is just going to pass you by. Society is going to push you to the side. And they create this space where like people could like dream again. People could hope again. People could set goals again. Just thank them for this enriching my life and just introducing me to so much of a better world than I once had, like growing up.
That's beautiful, man.
Tiki and Anthony, that's truly beautiful. You guys are bringing tears to my eyes. Anthony, I love your positivity. Keep moving forward. Your message is so good. No matter who we are or where we are, that message just sort of like uplifts us. And Tiki, we got you. We got you on tape. You are going to be guiding an Achilles athlete. That's so fantastic. Welcome even deeper into the Achilles family. And guys, can you just take a look at some of these pledges coming in? I just want to give a huge shout out. I want to talk about Chevelle Daniels. I want to talk about David and Michelle Griffith, Emily G. Rocks. I even threw a little bit in there too. The Fitting Off family. You guys are just amazing. Thank you so much for participating in such a robust way tonight. Now, we want to give you a look at our second interview. Another fellow journalist, ABC News' Deborah Roberts, is going to introduce us to Sheridan. Now, Deborah and her son, Nick, got to experience Achilles through the Hope and Possibility race. And you know what? Once we get you at the Hope and Possibility, we're never going to let you go. And that's the way it is with Deborah and Nick. And now Deborah is going to introduce you to Sheridan, one of our Achilles Kids participants.
So let's just start off, because I never even had a chance to ask you these questions. So this will be interesting to me. How did you first get involved with Achilles?
From my friend Amelia. She was talking about it and I said, okay, and I would do it.
What I have learned about you is that you seem to be very active. You seem to like a lot of different things. So it's not just running. What else do you like to do physically to train?
Working out and doing the races with Achilles.
I got to see you run the dash just before the New York City Marathon. Oh my gosh, that must have been so exciting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but the fact that you did it, I think it was just under 4 miles.
Yeah, it was 4.
What is it like for you when you cross that finish line?
Happy and excited and proud.
Why does that make you feel so proud?
Because I know I have a lot in me and I know I can do it and become over my fear of just doing it.
And now, how did it change your life though? How does it make you feel?
Proud and happy that I could do it.
What's it been like transitioning from the kids program to the adult program?
More independent and like basically doing it all myself, and I can do it by pushing it by myself.
You get up early sometimes and go to the park on a Saturday?
Yeah, I did 10 miles, which I meant to just do 4 by accident. I did 10.
Wow, you meant to do 4 and you did 10.
Yeah.
Yikes, that's a huge mistake. That's a great mistake.
I kind of made a mistake and thought I was doing 5 or 4.
That's great. Do you think you've gotten stronger?
Yes. And healthier and fit, yes. All those things.
What's that you have around your neck? Is that a medal?
Yeah.
Let me see. That's great. That is great. And you earned that when you did one of your races?
Yeah. And I have more in my room. I have a collection.
You've got a collection.
Yep.
You've done a lot.
Yep.
So you have not just done it yourself, you brought other people into racing with you, including somebody who's here with me right now. Come on over.
Hi,
Your buddy Nick Roker. Come on. There's
Nick
Sheridan.
is a little shy.
He's
Nick
being
is a little shy here.
So Sheridan was saying that she feels very strong and independent from doing Achilles. How about you?
What about you, Nick?
I feel very strong too.
You feel strong?
Yes.
And you ran that 4-mile race with Sheridan and so many other people and me a year ago. Yeah, what was that like? What did you feel when it was over?
Very relieved.
Relieved that you could do it? Yeah.
Very relieved. So Sheridan, what would you say to somebody else who maybe wanted to do Achilles and might be a little unsure?
Just do it and push through. You got this.
Before the pandemic, you were running with 2 special guides. Tell me about them.
Well, I knew them for a while before the whole pandemic.
What are their names?
Murphy, Abby, and Dylan, and Talia. Oh my God, I have a lot of guides.
You have a lot of guides. Okay. Do you make friendships with them as well?
Yep. And I FaceTimed with Murphy and Abby today for this.
That's great. So they're not just your guides, they're also your friends.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
So now since the pandemic has started, everybody's had to do things a little differently. So what's the virtual workout like?
Ooh, it's tough. It's cardio and yoga mixed into it.
Oh, wow. So you do all this at home and then they're guiding you through it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I've been doing was working out with like workout videos. And I kind of like push to do it once a week with them or twice a week.
What makes Achilles special to you?
Ooh, this is tough. Doing the races with them because like it made me become a little faster, meaning the speed.
But it probably also makes you feel good about yourself.
That makes me feel good.
And what about your parents? They must feel pretty proud.
Yeah, they're proud of me also to see that I got so far and became also strong before it too.
Have you encouraged anybody else in your family to start working out? Maybe
my dad.
Your dad?
My dad. My dad's gonna start Achilles.
That's great. So you've brought on a family member with you.
Yeah, but he's not running with me. He's running with somebody else. But still, to have him there to push me kind of thing and to push each other made me definitely proud.
And you may wind up pushing him.
You never know. You never know I could.
I am so impressed with the work that you and all the other Achilles athletes are doing because
makes me proud to also invite Nick running once a week to see him because I haven't seen him in a while. It makes me feel proud and happy.
Oh, well, he gets proud and happy too. And you know what? He ran 5 miles yesterday and I was shocked. And he just like you, he just took
No,
off.
I
and he
saw
just
him.
kept
I
going.
saw him. I saw him.
You saw him. Yeah. So I'm really proud of him. But
Yeah.
I'm so proud of all the work that all you and the other Achilles athletes are doing, because you prove to other people that you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah. True.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay, Achilles.
Amazing. Deborah and Sheridan, you guys are such a great team together. And I'm glad we got a cameo from Nick in there too. The thing that I took away from it with Sheridan, what her advice was to the rest of us, even if you think you can't do it, just push through. Just do it and you'll be able to get there. And of course, with Achilles by your side, you've got another voice cheering you on as well. That's what Achilles does so incredibly well. That's the reason why we're all here tonight, right? And remember, we have got this one-time opportunity to double your money if you choose to donate tonight. And of course, we hope you will. It doesn't matter what the amount is, big, small, in between. It just matters that you're part of this team with us tonight. We can match up to $50,000, and we are getting close, guys. Are you watching the numbers tick by? Gail and Avi Friedman, thank you so much. Dennis Sullivan, Isla Giamateo. Hey, Isla, 7 years old, and she's donating. That's amazing. Remember, you can get in on it by texting your pledge to 646-859-5305. It's just a text message like you'd send to anybody else. Just put your name, your company name, any message you want, and any dollar amount, and then it'll link you through so that you can complete that pledge. Remember, any amount is going to help get us across the finish line. And really, that's what Achilles is all about. Did you know that if you donated $100, it would sponsor race fees or provide a new pair of running shoes for one of our athletes? $1,000 will sponsor nearly 100 kids in our school program. I also want to give huge shout outs and love to our sponsors. Can we talk about this, guys? Because anybody who's in this charitable world knows that there is a whole big group of people that helps to get it done. And we are so very proud of all of our corporate sponsors, our diamond, platinum, and gold sponsors. Guys, this event would not be going on and our programming wouldn't be happening without your help. So give me a few minutes here and give some cheers. You can clink glasses, you can clap hands at home, you can whoop whoop for our diamond sponsors, Rebecca and Bennett Lindenbaum. Thank you so much. Our platinum sponsors, TD Bank, Cigna, Excel Brands, David Greenstein and Hillary Mandel, Deloitte and Perry and Donna Gulkin, the Moody Endowment, Salesforce, Michael Berlant and Elizabeth Elting, and Paul Weiss. And thanks also to our gold sponsors, IBM, U-Haul, McCann World Group, Genesco Sports Enterprises, and General Motors. We are so very grateful for everything that you do for us. David Cordani is the CEO of Cigna, and Cigna is the presenting sponsor of the Achilles Freedom Team. And David is no stranger to what Achilles does. He's run with our athletes. He's guided our athletes. He's been a longtime guide and supporter. And he was also last year's Gala honoree. What an incredible event that was. And guys, I promised you, we will all be back in a room together again. There will be nothing happier than when 300 of us can be sitting around tables, talking with our friends, raising a glass, sharing our triumphs, and coming together. And now I want to send it over to David.
Thank you, Kirsten. Hello, everyone. I'm David Cordani, President and CEO of Cigna Corporation, and I'm thrilled to be here with you to celebrate Achilles International. It's been a privilege for over a decade for our 70,000 colleagues from Cigna to be partnered with Achilles International and to see firsthand the power of that recipe and the support of the athletes. We're also privileged to be presenting sponsors for the Freedom Team within Achilles International, where we're able to see firsthand the support of our veterans and those who've served. In fact, I've personally been privileged to serve and support and guide many veterans. From that standpoint, we are able to see the Achilles recipe in full flight. Now, this evening, you're going to spend some time with Army Ranger Master Sergeant Cedric King. I love Cedric. He's a dear friend, and I've had the privilege of pounding the pavement multiple times in support and in service to Cedric, whether at Disney, Marine Corps Marathon, or Boston Marathon. Cedric's story is special, and he's a unique individual, but he embodies the power of the Achilles recipe. And this evening, you're going to have, in a couple moments, just wonderful experience with Jon Stewart and Cedric sitting down to have an important conversation. Jon Stewart is not only an unbelievably accomplished comedian, he's also a phenomenal ambassador for Achilles. So again, congratulations to Achilles International for another phenomenal year of global support of individuals. Congratulations to our athletes who've worked even in this COVID environment to stay active and pursue their goals and exhibit the resilience, the courage, and the dedication that's necessary. And we, on behalf of Cigna Corporation, raise our glass virtually in a toast to you and in celebration to you. Cedric and Jon, take it away.
Where's my friend Cedric King? Where? Hey! Hey!
What's going on?
How are you?
What's good? What's good?
Master Sergeant, look at you.
Man, good to see you.
Getting stronger and more good looking every time I see you. How you been?
Hey man, hey, been good, man. Been good. What about you? I see you. I see the new movie coming out. Well,
I'm a very popular.
Bro, we've been looking for you, man. You've been on location
I've
all
been
the
down.
time.
You know where I was? Oddly enough, I was really near you in Atlanta. We filmed this little town called Rockmart, which is
Yeah, I know where Rock. I go through there. That's part of my running trail. That's part of my trail.
that bike
man.
trail that goes all the way through there. I can't believe you run down there. So how much?
So this bike right here. All right. So look, I'm gonna show. Don't judge me. Your garage is kind of junky. All right. So
Let me
look,
see. That's
but
the
that's
cleanest
my bike.
garage I've ever seen. Yes.
That's my bike right there. And I jump on the bike, right? And I go from Smyrna, where the trail begins,
right,
past Rockmart out to this town called Cedartown. But my goal is to do a 200 miler and that start from Atlanta out to Alabama where the trail ends at and come back. And we're going to try to do it in 2 days. It's going to be our long ride.
Cedric. So how have you been able to maintain that type of
it's just like, and I'm gonna say it's kind of crazy, but it's sort of like being deployed, man. Every day is the same thing. So when this happened for me, man, I'm at home. Look, that was the best
You're
place
wired
to be.
that way.
Yeah,
You're wired
it's
that
great,
way.
man. I get to
you can
work out.
fall
Here's
into it.
Here's my little gym right here. There's a little
Oh
treadmill.
wow. Okay.
So every day I come out here, I do cardio on my bike or I do it on the treadmill. I got my weights right behind me, man. So
Right.
it pretty much, the schedule runs itself, you know.
You know, when you're deployed, it's also social. It's camaraderie. One of the great things
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the Freedom Team is it's a team. You
Yeah.
got everybody there. You know, one of the things when we talk about like warrior games, you know, we couldn't hold it this year because of COVID, right? So we had to make sure that we were still checking in with the teams.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have each other's back to hold each other accountable. That's not easy to do when you're not with the team.
Yeah, that has probably been one of the biggest hurdles for us. But
Right.
bro, we're just trying to continue to show people that you ain't gotta, take a knee just because it gets hard.
Nobody there allows themselves to be defined by their worst day. They're defined by their response to it. You know, it's why I used to bring my son all the time when we come out to the Freedom races.
Oh, possibly. I saw you guys come out there just about every year, man.
You made such an impact on him that I just want to thank you for it, because the lessons that you imparted to him just by being yourself and being out there, invaluable, priceless.
It's harder
to be around.
The first time I met you, obviously, you're coming to Walter Reed, and it never dawned on me, bro, you were coming to Walter Reed for years before it was even a thing to do.
The point of coming down there was always little distraction, little something, and maybe like something to watch that can take your mind off of things in the darker hours. Because everybody has those moments. And that's the other thing that I always appreciated about you guys, like when I would bring my boy out there. Nobody was faking it.
No.
Like, everybody was saying like, yeah, I struggled with this, or people were very open and talk about that it's a journey, that it's a struggle, that everybody goes there. And as long as you're honest with yourself about it and everybody else, you can pick each other up. It was enriching, it was nourishing to just sit and talk with you guys. Also, I didn't realize how much of that you were sharing with the world as well, that you were going out there and doing that. And is that still a big part of your life?
Yeah, so no, I tell you, man, I'd always wanted to be a stand-up comic, and I always wanted the ability to be able to transfer emotion from here to out there. All of a sudden, people are asking me, you know, how do you get through the day? And, you know, what are you doing to stay motivated? And, you know, how's the hospital at Walter Reed and all these things. And to be honest with you, I was just speaking to them like I'm talking to you. You know, it would just be in a very conversational tone. I wasn't trying to make a speech. I was just saying, hey, listen, I don't feel sorry for myself. And pretty soon here, I'm going to be out running marathons.
It's interesting to me that all of your experiences led you to this moment, because one of the things that we need in this world are translators, people that can function as the ability to take experiences from one community, translate them to another in a form that's accessible and digestible and understanding and can move them. And you're one of those people.
Can you talk a little bit about how, as famous as you are, how in the world did you come across Achilles, man?
You know what it was? I think it came from Walter Reed. So I had originally gone down there. You know, I was pretty against the Iraq War, but I also thought, boy, it's easy to sit in my studio on 54th Street and talk smack about things, but maybe I better educate myself. And if I was going to educate myself, maybe the best way to do it is to be around some people who've actually experienced it and just feel what they're feeling. And by being down in the rehab facility, we would meet, you know, guys that were rehabbing and getting into adaptive sports. That's how I got into the Warrior Games and how we got into the Freedom Team, and walked with a kid named Corey. We start out, we're probably about 50 yards into it, and his leg craps out. It's one of those, you know, legs that had the mechanical joint.
I got one right over there.
It's like battery powered. Yeah. Craps out. 50. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, we'll just go back. He drags this thing through the whole, like, he decides, okay, my leg doesn't work, but
we'll keep going.
Okay. And then there's these two Marines, double amps, that are 6 weeks out and are doing it on crutches and just gritting through it. And I'm like, this is incredible. What I really love about it is you watch new classes get inducted, and you watch young people that were tentative and nervous about it and struggle through, and you see their confidence grow throughout it. And then you'll see them again the next year, and they're in a leadership position, because these are people that are driven to contribute. What you don't realize is these stepping stones are about them getting back in the fight.
Bro, I don't know how you know this. Maybe it's just because you talk to so many people, but that's exactly the way that I feel. Achilles, I met Janet in the same place that I met you. It was at the amputee. It's like a little track down there. It's like our weight room or our gym. And she's asking guys, do they want to participate in the marathon, half marathon? Right. And I'm like, where is this place? I need this. I need this type of stuff right here.
It benefits you personally, but more importantly, getting you back benefits us.
Tell me a little bit about the way that you see it. How can we be better with us getting back together, us becoming more of a team, us doing this as a culture, and being our best selves, man?
Well, it's interesting because, you know, once again, I think it's your experiences that kind of give us a North Star. You stand now in a funny way as kind of like a platoon leader again. And we're kind of following your example of how you dealt with a really tough situation.
Hey, man, I appreciate your time, bro. You don't even understand, man. Hey.
No worries. I'm delighted to see you, Cedric, and I hope to see you again soon and walk a race again while you lap me about 10 times.
Hey, nah, man, we do it together, bro. We do it together, man.
We do all of it together. Wow, what a great interview with Jon and Cedric. And I love how the Achilles athletes, yes, we're fundraising for them as a group, but did you see how much Jon Stewart and his son got from the athletes and how we all sort of learn and grow with each other? That's one of the great things about Achilles and about the hope and possibility. If you guys haven't done a hope and possibility race, you gotta do it. I hope we're all vaccinated and ready to run, walk, and roll come this June so that we can all see you out in Central Park. The pledges keep coming in, guys. You're doing a fantastic job. I want to give you a look now at how Achilles did from June moving forward.
This June, we were deeply saddened when we had to cancel our annual Hope and Possibility run. But once again, Achilles pivoted, and with the support of TD Bank, we launched our first annual virtual Hope and Possibility 5K 10-miler in July. Nearly 3,000 participants from 45 states and 29 countries ran, walked, or biked a total of 19,995 miles. September was a very exciting month for Achilles. Our Nashville, New Jersey, and Connecticut chapters teamed up for the U-Haul Keep It Moving Challenge with races in each city. Athletes from around the world were able to take part in this exciting new event. After months of careful planning, coordination, and with new procedures in place to ensure the health and safety of our athletes, Achilles New York City and Team Achilles Kids began resuming in-person workouts in Central Park on September 26th. For our athletes who are able to come to our workouts, it has given them the opportunity once again to enjoy the freedom and sense of achievement that running provides, and has helped ease some of the isolation they've been experiencing. In October, we introduced the Achilles Cup Challenge, a 3-week challenge and team competition that has brought together the entire Achilles community. We have been thrilled to witness the excitement and enthusiasm this event has created. Almost 2,100 athletes from all around the world are participating and have racked up an astonishing number of miles. A number of our chapters used the Cup Challenge as a springboard for the virtual New York City Marathon. Achilles Mongolia recreated the New York City Marathon experience for their athletes in Ulaanbaatar. Even though we couldn't physically be together for much of the year, we were still able to stay fit and stay connected. Through it all, we were able to find togetherness and maintain the special community spirit that distinguishes our organization. And while in-person workouts have resumed on a small scale, many of our athletes with vulnerable conditions are not able to join us yet. Our virtual programs must and will continue so that all of our athletes can stay active and connected. As we face a resurgence of COVID and an uncertain landscape for the year ahead, Achilles continues to stand strong as a community. Our Achilles athletes need us now more than ever. In turn, we look to you, our dedicated supporters. We simply would not be able to do what we do without you. Thank you for your continued support.
I know that all of us are feeling a little disconnected these days, feeling a little isolated, but for some of our Achilles athletes, this feeling of isolation can be truly devastating. But with the help of Achilles staffers and people like you, the sense of community is real. We're able to foster that virtually and really eliminate a lot of that loneliness that so many of us are going through. And how super cool to see Achilles Mongolia featured in the video. What an incredible chapter all the way on the other side of the world. Now I want to send it over to Michael Anderson. He's race director for the Achilles Cup, and he is going to present the first ever, were you in it? The Achilles Cup Award.
Thank you, Kirsten. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Anderson, director of the New York City chapter of Achilles International and race director for the 2020 Achilles Cup. It has been an amazing 3 weeks. Over 2,000 Achilles Cup participants ran, walked, and rolled over 133,000 miles. That's 5 trips around planet Earth. Collectively, we logged over 119,000 minutes of cardio and swimming. That's over 82 days of activity. More than 100 teams took part in the Achilles Cup, which included 40 Achilles chapters and over a dozen corporate teams from 6 different continents. And now for the winners. The top fundraising team. No surprise here, they led from wire to wire. Achilles Queens, congratulations for raising over $1,500 for your chapter. Next up is average points per team for teams with at least 10 team members. We took total points divided by total number of team members. Third place goes to New York Life. Way to go. Second place, Achilles Toronto. And the first place team for top average points, Achilles Phoenix. Congratulations. Want to give a shout out to all of our corporate teams. There were so many of them. Congratulations to our top points winner for corporate teams, Team Cigna. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The overall winner of this, the 2020 Achilles Cup. This trophy will be presented in person at the next New York City Marathon Awards dinner. In third place, with 7,446 points, Achilles Columbia, congratulations. In second place, just behind them, with 7,653 points, Achilles Australia. And the winner, and this was a close one, with 8,084 points, Achilles Japan. Congratulations, Achilles Japan. You are the winner of the 2020 Achilles Cup. What an amazing 3 weeks. And now to accept the award, I'm going to turn it over to Achilles Japan.
Hi, I'm Terumi, leader of Achilles Japan team for Achilles Cup Challenge. We are extremely surprised and honored to receive the memorable first Achilles Cup trophy. It was a great pleasure to meet so many Achilles members and supporters worldwide through this event. I would like to congratulate you all to have completed this wonderful challenge. We are looking forward to meeting you in Japan.
Go Achilles!
Go Achilles!
Congratulations, Achilles Japan. What an amazing 3-week run. And now back to you, Kirsten.
Thank you, Michael, and congratulations to Achilles Japan. Thanks for inviting us over for a run. And guys, come on over for the New York City Marathon for the hope and possibility, because that's what's so great about running. You can do it anywhere on the planet. We have come to the end of the program. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, because that's what these programs get powered on, powered by people just like you. Thank you also for pledging. If you haven't taken the opportunity to do that yet, I hope you will. And if you still have a little steam left in you, I'm going to ask you to kind of shake it off. It's a little T-Swift reference there. You can join our after dance party on Zoom. It's going to be a fun way to end the night. The link is on your screen. And also we are going to text you a link for those of you who were texting with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our incredible sponsors. Thank you for all of our viewers. Thank you for all of our amazing athletes and for all of our celebrities who helped introduce us to the deeper side of the Achilles athlete. We're going to leave open our text to pledge line until 9 o'clock tonight, guys. I am hoping we make it to the $50,000. Nobody likes to leave money on the table. How great that your donation can be doubled. I'm Kirsten Cole. I'll be on the air tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m. on the Pix 11 Morning News. So I hope I get to see you there. And most importantly, I really hope I get to see you at the Hope and Possibility, at the New York City Marathon, and at our in-person gala event next fall. It will be terrific to truly raise a glass with each and every one of you and celebrate all that has been accomplished this year. Thank you so much. Go Achilles.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, all through my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, 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 come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason.